Hey, what's up? It's time for more MHA. Did my voice crack at the start there? It's time for more My Hero Academia Season 7, Episode 13. The waiting between episodes is getting horrible. Like, the fact that there's been so many breaks in this season, like, I don't want to have to wait this long to watch the show, especially when it's at such an intense point. So, last episode, we were trying to bring Bakugo back, and Shigaraki found like the perfect form, which is like an armored thing with he's got hands in front of his face and stuff. And Mirio had to delay a lot of time to to delay for Midoriya to get there, and now Midoriya is there. So this episode, I think, should be Midoriya versus Shigaraki, I guess. I don't know. I'm really looking forward to it though. I mean, they could cut away to other stuff now that, because we also had Darby is like backup and he's using Todoroki's technique and stuff. So there's a lot of stuff going on everywhere. They could kind of go to whatever they wanted, but I'm just so excited to watch this because I love this show and I want to watch more. And I've also been rewatching more and more MHA in the times that these episodes aren't being aired. So currently in my rewatch, I'm like towards the end of season 4. So I've seen like so much Mirio content lately, which puts the recent Mirio stuff in these newer episodes into more perspective. It's great. It's so good. So let's just jump into the episode. Make sure to support the video if you can, liking the video, commenting down below, subscribing to the channel, and go to my Patreon account, which is in the description below, if you want the full-length versions of these reactions, as well as you get early access for certain shows, you get exclusive videos, and you get all of the content from my Gent Watches One Piece channel as well. If you like One Piece, you absolutely should go check that out right now. We're doing some banger stuff over there. But let's jump into MHA Season 7, Episode 13.
Heroes are defending a prison holding the fearsome Gigantomachia.
Man, I hope they didn't release Gigantomachia.
Feels like all for one's quirks keep increasing.
There's been a lot of recap in this episode so far. It's been entirely recap so far. Finally, they showed us.
We gotta get you back to campus fast.
Okay. Star's crew is gonna help him. Hell yeah.
Do you know why? Because of her.
Because of Star?
Our
Yeah.
little sis bet on you guys.
Oh.
Got that?
Sir!
Using the jets to launch himself is cool. They've created like a path for him. Here we go! Holy shit! Yeah.
Reinstate the barrier!
Nice! Thank goodness. I was worried about the barrier being down.
Good news! Is everyone up?
Yeah, you're gonna see Bakugo. Oh shit. Oh my god, what a horrifying thing to see. I mean, Edshot's trying to bring him back.
Why don't you say something about it? Go on. Avoid taking
Oh,
responsibility.
Deku. Oh. Oh my god. Jesus, yeah, he's getting pissed.
Anger makes you predictable.
That's true. That's very true.
When you attack, I'll sever your spine.
It also makes him very strong.
Me. Him again.
Got it, but stay strong!
Oh,
That's what he wants.
Mirio.
He's trying to turn you against yourself, doing everything he can to save Bakugo's life as we speak.
Yep.
You have to trust him. I know we haven't lost a single thing that can't be regained yet. And we're not giving up this fight!
You're trying to fill his head with delusion.
I love Rico Fajardo's voice
That's
acting.
called
Then who's going to make sure they become reality?
Mirio is so good at keeping a lid on a situation.
You wait. It's fine to get mad. Rage can be the source of incredible strength. But what's important is keeping tabs on your heart.
I hope this flashback means that Deku is gaining control of his emotions. Oh,
You're right, Lemillion.
yes!
I'm sorry. Save your apologies for after we've won this war.
Good job, Deku.
All for one.
Wow.
He's still somewhere inside of that body.
Justin Briner has been fucking killing it the past few seasons. I mean, he always has been, but oh, it's amazing.
Izuku Midoriya.
Two people fused together inside one body?
The ways
That's not true.
thing wraps around him like a scarf.
So there! You've got no idea what you're talking about! You don't know me! I've got plenty of friends! It was almost like he was possessed by someone else.
Little kid is what
Honestly, it didn't
Shigaraki
seem
acted
like
like
they
at the
were
start
totally
of
unified to
in
me.
season 1 of
After
BnHA.
that, the battle changed.
Oh.
He's still in there.
Yeah.
Look.
Okay, alright. Is this battling? Hatsume was not phased.
Coming for my brother!
Oh.
Because I guarantee you're not getting a happy ending either.
Whoa!
With machine stored inside.
Whoa!
Boosted binding combo.
That's crazy!
Black chain.
Black Chain?
If you don't defeat him in the next 5 minutes, the world will fall.
What? 5 minutes?
Going to stop you. Transmission.
Huh? What? Whoa! Whoa!
Gear.
Second gear? It's One Piece! What? This is One Piece! We're watching One Piece now!
Break the sound barrier?
Beat after touching them. Gear shift.
Whoa!
Overdrive.
Holy shit!
He's operating at 120%!
This is fucking awesome! Whoa! Look at those colors!
Right now.
What the fuck is going on? What's this transmission quirk? It's really cool. We're getting a flashback?
What is this?
Okay,
Your quirk has limits.
we're seeing how this
Yes, it can
happens.
change the speed of things you touch. It only works on small objects.
Oh, interesting. Okay.
You had no real power. You were an insect.
But now it's got the
Not
power of
worthy
One
of
for All
my
behind
notice.
it.
Why can I see you now?
Quirk, gear shift.
Gear
Like the meta
shift.
abilities of the other successors. It's combined with the pure, ferocious power stored inside of One for All. It can be channeled into a fist, wielded by a hero, by the ninth, and a single punch can break the laws of reality itself.
Jesus Christ!
Detroit smash.
And we have fucking You Say Run in the background?
From his trajectory, I can at least anticipate the angle and timing of his next move.
Oh! Oh!
Low gear.
Gear shift is not bound by the rules of inertia.
Oh! That's fucking
Flipping all
awesome!
for one.
So you can like stop
This
yourself?
information you should already know.
There.
That's so cool!
I'll track him with danger sense. Then, smokescreen to cloud his field of vision. Float gets me up into the air quickly. The machine that I stored up during the quintuple smash earlier. And go into gear shift overdrive. Again!
This is so cool the way he's using them all together.
Quirks are nothing
Oh,
without the hero behind them.
that's awesome.
This is it all for one!
Wow!
Damn it!
I won't allow you to hurt anybody else!
Oh! Oh my god! Oh! Fuck, man! It tore through him! I love the colors in this fight.
Ask yourself, in the end, will you have the resolve necessary to kill him?
That's the big question right now.
This is their fault. Eraserhead and those brats!
Yeah,
With
it
their
is.
underhanded methods. The trick they used to split us up. All of it!
Oh, now he's getting very bratty. This sounds more like
You want to
Shigaraki.
talk?
is still well within my reach.
Oh my god. Oh my god. Whew, that was a great episode. I mean, there was a lot of recap in this episode, like a lot of recap. The first like 7 minutes or something was recap, and then there were a lot of flashbacks within the. I mean, it's MHA. There's always a lot of flashbacks, but there was just like a lot within the episode, and some of them were quite long. So there was actually like not a crazy amount of new content. This episode was the most like One Piece in the whole series. I feel like this was such a One Piece type episode. I feel like in terms of there was a lot of recap, right? There wasn't a crazy amount of new content, but it was incredibly hype, and also like gear shifting as like a power type thing is you know, obviously quite One Piece related as well. I know Horikoshi is inspired a lot by One Piece, so I would not be shocked at all. I mean, like you can see in this show, like a lot of the time, you can see stuff and you're like, oh, this is like Horikoshi's directly taking inspiration from this or what, like, you know, obviously Deku resembles Spider-Man a lot. Like he's got Black Whip and Danger Sense, which is a clear homage to Spider-Man web slinging and Spidey Sense, because he said Spider-Man's his favorite hero or whatever. So yeah, Horikoshi takes direct inspiration from stuff, and I don't think that's a bad thing, because you can take that sort of stuff but have it in an interesting way. Like the application of Black Whip is like a really interesting version of, you know, it's not like he was like, oh, Deku got spider powers and that's why he's got webs that he shoots out now or whatever. It's like Black Whip is an interesting interpretation of something that you can use for Spider-Man powers. So like there's inspiration in Horikoshi stuff everywhere. I mean, every fucking city they go in is named after a Star Wars planet. Like it's pretty clear. But I like the way he does use other media as inspiration. I always think it's cool when you can see the direct influence of this stuff, because to me, series like this, they're supposed to bring out that joy in me, that fun, you know, that excitement that these other series bring out. And I think when I can see that the series is being written by someone who clearly loves that stuff, it makes it feel better, you know, like it feels more passionate to me when, like, I can see Horikoshi in his head being like, okay, and this bit will be like Spider-Man, and then this bit will be like One Piece, and then this bit will be like Star Wars. Like, you know, I can see him being like, okay, I'm gonna make All For One like the villain, but he's gonna have like a Darth Vader mask and stuff, but he's gonna be kind of like the Emperor to the Darth Vader thing, and then I'm gonna have Deku be like Spider-Man, but he's gonna get all these cool powers, and I'm gonna have him have a gear shift thing so he can be like Luffy, and it's just like you can see him taking stuff from everywhere. But what it makes is a series that is unique in itself, but also to me is just like so much fun, because I see all this stuff and I go, wow, I really love the way he uses all of these elements into a story, and just makes it fucking exciting. Yeah, the gear shift quirk, that was worth saving till last. That's one of the best quirks he has. That might be the best quirk, like in terms of pure hype and how cool it is. I think that is the coolest quirk that Deku has. Gear shift. That's so cool. Like I really love like the animation of him like shifting gears. Is that like, that's something that could easily be super lame, but they kind of nail the animation of it, so it actually just looks like really badass to me. And the colors in this episode, I mean, I really like that the different quirks have very distinctive colors. Like Fajin's like this red pink type thing. Black Whip's obviously this blacky greeny type coloration to it. And like so you can see all of these different colors, and then you've got this like now light blue gear shift. And it makes it so that when he's going back and forth using all these quirks, it's a very colorful battle. That it's so great. It's so good. It just makes me very hyped. I like that we had like Deku kind of controlling his emotions at the start of this episode. I mean, I think, you know, him seeing Bakugo be almost dead, was going to make him spiral, and I like that he didn't end up spiraling and actually kind of handled it, because one, that's character growth. I mean, Deku is a very emotional guy. That's the main character trait that he has. If I was to describe Deku, the first word I would use would be emotional, and that's why I love him. And so it's cool that in this episode he controls those emotions. But it also like gives Mirio something in this fight. Like if Mirio wasn't here, he might not have been able to control those emotions, but Mirio kept him under control. And so it's really good to like have a character in the scene that does that, and it makes him much more useful in this fight. So yeah, I like that we started with him controlling his emotions. Black Chain was pretty damn awesome. I also like that the gear shift, back to the gear shift thing, I like that you can like shift down to like, as far as I could tell what was happening was he was zooming towards him, and so Shigaraki was like, okay, well I can predict where he's gonna be because he's zooming towards me, and so we went to uppercut him or whatever, and then Deku was still back here, and it's because he shifted his gear down, and so laws of momentum don't apply to his quirk, so he just stops right there. It's real, that's like such a cool idea. Because it's that, how are you gonna predict that when he's like shifting to a slow gear and then zooming up again, you know? It's just like the change up in the speed is fucking awesome. I think they also said in this episode, I think All For One also called the first holder Yoichi, I think is what he said. Have we heard the first holder's name before? Because I've always just called him the first holder. But I never remember, and like when All For One talks about him, he normally says like, my dear brother. But I can't remember if we've heard his name before, but I tried to write it down and I think it was Yoichi. And if we hadn't heard that before, that's kind of cool that we got a name drop there. But yeah, this was cool because this felt like a final, you know, Deku beating Shigaraki moment, but I don't think it is, because one, there's so much of a season left, and I feel like this is going to continue throughout the season. Like this might be most of the season we'll be fighting Shigaraki, I feel like. And secondly, there's so much other stuff to do that I feel like I think we can't beat All For One and Shigaraki until all the other villains are dispatched of, like Darby, and there was that new guy that they introduced, I forgot his name, but he's sitting on top of plants or whatever. And like, you know, all of those characters, like I think you have to finish off all those battles before you finish off the Shigaraki battle. So I think this was just a dope little climax to the first phase of the Shigaraki boss fight, but there's still more. And obviously All For One is still coming over to try to free Shigaraki, so I think that's gonna happen as well. Oh man, I love this fucking show. I can't wait for next episode. That was episode 13 of season 7 of My Hero Academia. Thanks for joining me. Make sure to support this video if you can, liking, commenting, and subscribing, and go to my Patreon account for full-length early access and exclusive videos. I will see you next time. Goodbye.